It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Puka Nacua. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Sentinels and the Lumberjacks, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Now he'll run. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. Now, Darnold. That's taken in by Chubb. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. To throw is Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
On 2nd down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. And he'll work this into the red zone inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. A lengthy opening drive now comes to this. It is third down. Throwing, Darnold. There he goes again. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
On third down, the defense decides to dial up a blitz. Give credit to the offensive line and the running backs. They were ready for it. They picked it up. That's what allowed the quarterback to escape the pocket, see open space, and convert and pick up the first down.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. Here's Chubb. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And they are led by their veteran. It's Kirk Cousins.
It's so good to see Kirk Cousins back on the field. Think back just a year ago, Mike, that severe Achilles injury. Kirk Cousins is looking to be the first quarterback since 2000 in Trent Dilfer to start an NFL game following an Achilles injury. So he's got an uphill battle, but the fact that he's out there playing under center for the Falcons is a great start.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Hall. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. The motion man is Nakua. Another run here with Hall. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Match to the running back, Breece Hall. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They go play action with Cousins. Unloads downfield looking for Nakua. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. But he can't get away, and he's lost the football. The defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On the zone read, they hand it to Chubb. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. 3rd and a yard. Pistol snap back to Darnold. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Darnold to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Running is Chubb. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 3rd and 9. Darnold. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And that's just great athleticism on display. He's trying to find someone past the sticks, but he can't. Finally, he says, I'm just going to go get this myself with my legs, and he does. What a run to pick up the first down.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Darnold. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. A dive, and he's in! Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. The extra point now coming from Blankenship. The kick is good. And the Lumberjacks will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Sentinels offense and Puka Nacua getting set for this next possession. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. On first down, Cousins. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Cousins now on 2nd down. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. That's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here comes Smith on the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Darnold now to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold now sets up a screen for Chubb. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a 1st down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Here's Darnold again. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he will power his way into the end zone. George Kittle. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Sentinels offense ready to get back at it. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Cousins now. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half and good enough for a 1st down. Cousins. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Cousins. Right side, complete to Nakua. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Sentinels. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a 1-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, Give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 2. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Lumberjacks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going? The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he's going to have enough for the first down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line. Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
I'm always curious how defenses come back on the field after allowing a touchdown on the previous possession, and so far I'm liking what I see. There's no heads being held low. There's no dwelling and thinking back to that last drive. They've come out and completely dominated this next possession.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Sentinels offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That one brought in by Nakua. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This one brought in by Curtis Samuel. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he's going to have the first down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Samuel has it working the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. Now, Cousins. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Cousins. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Cousins gonna throw. He'll get this out to his running back. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hall. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. Cousins. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive lineman like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Lumberjacks offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That's taken in by Chubb. They'll run on second down. First down and more for Chubb. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And the running back's going to get all the stats and all the glory, but make no mistake about it, Mike, that was a great team effort on that run play. Everyone executing their blocking assignments to perfection. He's able to pick up a nice gain and fresh set of downs.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he'll get about 3 yards of that back, setting up second and long. On play action, here's Darnold. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So Kittle comes in motion. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold.
First and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. Second and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is third and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Now Blankenship for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lumberjacks will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. Greg, simply put, they've been off their game right from the jump.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the way the game goes, and you can't really put your finger on it, but you feel good coming out of the week of practice. You feel really good about your game plan, and then once the ball's kicked off, nothing seems to work, and it's very frustrating because you can look great one week, and then the next week be completely taken out of your game.
On first down, Cousins. They'll set up the screen to Hall, and that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Cousins now on second down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. Now he'll air one out. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. Punt coming here from the Sentinels. Now the return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Lumberjacks offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle. Look at the big man go. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Well, this is the epitome, Mike, of short throw, long run. Everyone talks about the importance of these explosive plays, and of course, a lot of them come through the passing game, but you don't always have to throw the ball deep downfield for a big gain. We're seeing more and more of these wide receivers in the NFL that with the ball in their hands, they turn into running backs.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will dive into the end zone. Nick Chubb, touchdown Lumberjacks. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. The extra point now coming from Blankenship. His kick is good. And the Lumberjacks tack on one more to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They go play action with Cousins. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. His 5th catch of the afternoon, good for a 1st down. Cousins to throw. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. 2nd and a yard. On the option, here's Hall. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. And he'll take it on in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown Sentinels.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it. And the Sentinels are able to edge a bit closer. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here is Ainias Smith. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lumberjacks offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. We'll take you back to earlier and some highlights in this one. He had success throwing it, but also success running it, including that rushing touchdown. He has been the unquestioned leader of this offense on the field today. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. Has an opening, past the 40. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll run the draw with Chubb. The Lumberjacks going to kick this one. Here comes the punt team. They'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
Here in the 2nd half, you find yourself trailing late. Every single possession is critical. You can't waste any of them. But now, after that 3rd down sack, got to imagine a punt is coming. The likelihood of a comeback just continues to go down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They run out of the gun, and it's Chubb. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll go play action with Darnold. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes. Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, shooting in there to bring him down.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came, and he's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
The Lumberjacks send out their punter. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now, Cousins. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is Leonard Floyd, the veteran who got to the quarterback.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
That's taken in at the 50. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense. And their running back set to go once more. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. A run up the middle with Chubb. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
The whole idea of play action is to slow the pass rush down to allow your quarterback to protection to work the ball downfield. That's where a lot of the big play opportunities come in the NFL. And in this case, the defensive line was thinking pass the entire time. The offensive line can't hold up, and it results in a sack.
And now here comes the punt team as this drive quickly stalled out. So he's on to punt it away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Second down, Cousins. That finds Nakua along the sideline. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. Cousins. Going right back to Nakua, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Throwing now, Cousins. This one caught at the 4. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. To throw is Cousins. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a design run. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. Here's Cousins. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Field goal not going to help much at this point. They've got to go for it on 4th and goal. Now, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Could not get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over. Stopped on 4th and goal.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on 4th down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
Here's Chubb. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. Now Chubb. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. We're about ready now for the punt, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense, their quarterback, ready to go once more. And the defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Caught by Nakua on the out route.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Cousins now on second down. Right side, pulled in by Samuel. And take this down inside the 35. Throwing it right into the hand of his running back. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Cousins going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Hall, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Throwing is Cousins. He fumbled the football. And thankfully for him, one of his teammates able to secure it. No turnover, and they will hold on to the football. Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on fourth and long will end up in a turnover on downs. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. And they look to finish it off here in the fourth. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go with Chubb, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. So it's a win for our visitors. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago, a game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.